Hello again, this is Send Lawyers to Hell with Hell Invasion on Mars by Braden5523, which I'm going to be playing to drum up some sponsorship for donating to races. So this is definitely a beginner map, so I'll just go through, describe what I like, what I think could be improved, your strengths and your opportunity areas, as we say at work in this annual review time. And we'll see where it goes. I did want to mention that I brought down the console earlier, and I did notice there's an unknown property, ZWNBSP, found in map definition, which seems like a weird character that you've got in there. It hasn't prevented it loading, but it might do something that you don't expect, so watch out for error messages like that. Okay, so we've got a big torrent of blood pouring in, filling up a nice relaxing swimming pool here, and this is going to be our starting point. Okay, imp annoying us through the wall, but not major threat. This, oh yeah, so Delirium just mentioned unexpected byte order mark, which is is the worst thing about UTF-8. Because Notepad++ sometimes does this as well, that despite there not being really needing to be a byte order mark in UTF-8, sometimes it sticks it in, and you have to view your special characters to get rid of it, or switch your encoding. Alright, so an exceptionally blood-filled room is, whoa, okay, our starting point with monsters for the map. This is definitely striking. Like what you've done with the place. So for your doors, there's a technique I always use for doors which uses 3 sectors instead of just 1. You can see that doors like this, they take up the entire height between the sectors, and the track takes up the entire width. If you split this into 3 sectors instead, you can pull down the first and third sectors so that they give your door a bit of a lip on the ceiling, so it doesn't look like they're disappearing into the ceiling, and that you can also give them a thinner track and makes them look like doors instead of these big blocks. It's something I go over in my editing basics tutorial from a couple of months ago, if you want to take a look. But yeah, like I've said before, if you're watching this, I'm not Gordon Ramsay. I am not an expert Doom player. I just happen to have some recording equipment and some spare time, and this is how I choose to spend it, just commenting on people's Doom maps and really encouraging them to continue, because I love that sometimes people 20 years younger than me are still getting into Doom, and they're still editing for it. Yeah, so the whole map just now, it's really flat. You've got a bit of height here. You experimented with a bit of an altar there as well, but the thing about the Doom engine is you can pull things up and down so easily, have stairs going up and down to different areas, have room with split level height. Oh! Oh, look at that! It's a little baby Cacodemon! It was a little baby Cacodemon. I've used those in my Vulcan Incorporated set of maps as well, and people said it was the first time they felt guilty about killing monsters. Cherry tomatoes, exactly right. I have run out of ammunition, and there's quite a lot of blank space as well, and you can mitigate that by just making the spaces look a bit more interesting. Have not just one texture on walls. Make them, put some support 2 or support 3 textures in. Maybe put a seam in, do a different texture. That's an unusual noise. The chainsaw should be coming from me. And yeah, you've got some different looking imps as well. That's a worrying noise. Yeah, look at how big this is. And you could put some more monsters in here, you could put some decorations on the walls, put some lights on the ceiling, I don't know, just to fill the space but without over-impeding the player. My maps tend to be too tight rather than too big, so I have the opposite problem. But it just it gives the impression of a bit of a kind of blank space. There's the red key. Well done! You have mastered the key trap, I see! Nice use of a line def with a trigger on it. The classic pick up the key and get hammered by a load of monsters. There we go, okay. Ah, that's a zombie with a chainsaw. Bye then. Okay. So there's our red door. There's a bit of repetition on that texture if you come down again. Thank you. Yeah, there's a kind of seam on the bottom there. That's because the door is too high for its height in the wall. Excuse me. Oh, look at you're the king of the land of imps, aren't you? Yeah, I do love the inclusion of custom monsters. I think they really make even beginner maps quite fresh. It means that you're not just fighting the same monsters everyone's been fighting for. Hello there! You're an abomination unto God, aren't you? Oh, you fire faster than the standard Arachnotron as well. Oh, Jesus Christ! That's a lot of. That's a lot of. That's a lot of bullets. Oh! What? Well, I have apparently completed this level. And, that's... that is a plot twist, isn't it? Can I try that again? Let's do this again. Let's go a bit faster. Because I'm intrigued by what happened there. Was I not meant to win that fight? Is this an impossible encounter like the end of episode 1? I don't know. And I didn't find that secret either. So I wonder. Alright. Don't really need to deal with that imp, he's not going to be a problem. Okay. Oh, there's that chain gunner I should get rid of. Another thing I try to avoid is sharp walls like this, because it makes them look kind of unusually thin. And just to round them off with a bit of a flat surface at the end of the point. Again, you know, nothing to stop you doing it, it's just a commentary on style that I like. Alright, let's get past this salad garden and into here. So he uses both the green Baron bullets and the Arachnotron bullets. Oh, no, that is it, okay. So there's just a trigger on that to end the level. Okay, fair enough. Interesting little level. I think you could definitely have done with making it more vertical. Don't be afraid to experiment with some stairs, with some split level rooms. There was a bit of that in the grey area with the platform that was raised a bit. But yeah, just bring things in because I think things are a little wide just now for the content of the map. But I'm really glad that you're starting making Doom maps, and I hope that you will continue and keep on making things for Doom.